Support Laneside. Get something cool.
Hey everybody, and welcome to another edition of Laneside Reviews. As always, I'm the bearded beast, Rob Johnson, joined once again by Scoops Porter. And we've got some really exciting stuff to show you on this episode, so why don't we take it Laneside and see how it's stacked up.
Alright guys, welcome back. We're joined by our speed dominant player, Wayne Porter.
And he's bowling on an easy house shot.
Now this should be right up Wayne's alley. We got a strong, solid, asymmetric, and he dropped it.
And he buried it.
Look, we've been off a long time.
Oh, trust me, I know.
We bowled, what, like 2.5 months in 18?
Yeah.
Like, we're just happy to be back throwing
Oh,
equipment.
yeah. I was so ecstatic when we got to come back and do this stuff. So,
let's give him a second shot at this, all right?
second, third, fourth, whatever he needs.
Whatever he needs. You know what? We're not going to bother him. We'll get him his slippers and a cane and we'll get him one of those handles.
The handle ones, yeah.
All right, here he is. He's back again, and he's feeling it. That looks a little better.
Yeah.
All right.
Not bad, though. Not bad.
So this ball is very, very strong. If you think about some of the other balls that we've seen in the hammer line rate lately, this may be one of the strongest that we've gotten to see for a while.
Yeah.
The Obsession, pink and black.
Yeah. Kind of like those colors.
Hey, it's Brett the Hitman Hart. Come
Yeah.
on. Canadian pride here. And I think it's pretty easy to see when he throws this thing how quickly it spins up.
Yeah, and that's what when we talk about being strong, we don't mean left to right covering 30 boards. We're talking about where it's rolling. Stronger balls tend to roll a little bit earlier.
Yep.
So you get a little bit more traction, especially in the heavy oil. That's what you need.
And you see, you missed that one out a little bit. Now, when we talk about this ball, this is 500, 1500 grit. So it's a fairly aggressive course cover on it.
Just a start out of the box. So
Yep.
that's
And
my kind of.
That's your kind of ball. Yeah. And then we're combining that with a 2.468 RG, which means it's going to spin up really easily.
Yeah.
And a differential of 050, which means it's going to flare fairly significantly. So putting all that stuff together, this is the kind of ball I like to see in a speed-dominant player's hand.
He gets the traction that he needs. He can feel comfortable that he doesn't have to really slow down or overthrow it. And, I mean, being at 1,500, there's lots of rooms to go up. So if it is too early for him, he can just kind of, hit it with 2,000, get it up, get it down a couple more feet.
Absolutely. Now, here he's made a 3-2 left after the ball hooking up.
Still kind of hit flat.
He's still a little flat. Yeah. This is where usually we suggest to our players a little more hand.
Yeah.
Like you said, it might be burning up too much energy.
Yeah.
So a change of surface, maybe even skip sanding.
Yeah.
Maybe just taking it to 500 and hitting it with a 4,000 or a True Cut 5,000 D-pad.
Yeah.
Because you can change the way that it sees it. You can still keep that 500 characteristic, but you can add some length to it.
Exactly, yeah.
So what do you think he's going to do here?
I hope he throws a strike.
Well, you think he's going to do it?
I don't know.
I don't know. He's kind of old.
I was going to say, I think he's got to make a zone change for sure. The getting deeper didn't seem to help as much.
Well, let's take a look here.
Well, he's still deep.
More rotation.
Came around the side a little bit more. That's better. See, a little bit more shape to it.
It's like he listens or something.
Yeah.
Now, at this point, while you're all watching this, you can be rest assured that old guy Wayne is at home stomping and yelling.
He's just shaking his head. Just shaking his head. He's watching it on YouTube.
As much as we make fun of old guy Wayne, we can say that he's probably one of the more knowledgeable people that we've gotten to know.
Yeah.
I mean, you've known him all your life.
Well, it's
you know,
he taught me everything I know. So, most of the stuff I know.
Even though, he's got a few years on us, he's a pretty knowledgeable guy. So he knows all these changes himself.
Yeah.
We make fun of him because he's not here.
Yeah, exactly.
So right now, after that last shot, he actually made a 6-4 move right.
Yeah, you can see a big difference now. See that?
That's the kind of shot
Yeah.
we're used to seeing from him.
Yeah, exactly. Getting it out. And it's quite interesting to think about getting it out in the lighter part of the oil. It seemed to roll a little bit nicer.
With that extra surface on it, it slowed it down a little bit earlier.
Yeah.
So with that out of bound that he's used to seeing out there, it didn't quite read it as quickly, allowed it to lay up a little bit into the pocket.
Yeah. It's a little bit more controlled. It seems like similar to changing the surface a bit.
Absolutely. So here we are with the benchmark ball. Once again, played just inside a third arrow. That's a pretty standard on today's house shot.
Get away from the outside.
And this is what I found interesting. Where he threw it the best, still within about 4 to 5 boards.
It went a little bit wider.
So let's call it 4 to 6 board difference.
I'd say that's
very, very smooth.
Yeah, very smooth.
Very smooth and very early.
Yeah.
And just to show you, here's the 2 different shots that he threw. You can see the one that stayed in the oil was very smooth.
Yeah.
And the one that allowed the quarter roll up took advantage of that short hook face.
Yeah.
Now here you are. Tell me about your impressions of this ball.
Well, this is my benchmark spot, so we all know it's going to go. But it didn't.
It didn't. That's that smoothness.
Yeah, see? And that's, 2 similar solid cover stocks with, and like I said, it's 1,500 out of the box is really good to start for me. I like that.
Yep.
One of my favorite grits of all time is 800 and 3,000.
Yep.
So that gives me both directions to go. This is good.
You can see, like Wayne, you were able to keep that one in the oil.
Yeah.
That short hook window,
Yeah.
you don't really see it as much when you keep it in there.
Yeah.
So it looks very benchmarky.
Yeah. Yeah, and that was a little bit deeper, and it still
Not
came
yet.
back. No?
No, we haven't moved yet.
Oh, we haven't moved yet.
Yeah.
Just look deeper. Maybe
You just got a little bit more body bend in
I
it.
was going to say, I just threw it better. That happens.
Now, we have been off for a long time.
Yeah.
Not all of us are spring chickens anymore. We're not all like young guy Wayne.
None of us are spring chickens.
Speak for yourself.
Okay.
I'm a spring-loaded egg. See,
that one's definitely deeper.
That one was deeper.
Yeah.
So, you got a little deeper. You got a little bit more motion, but you can see with that forward roll,
Yeah.
it's not quite turning the corner.
Yeah.
So what do we always say what happens when the ball's not quite cornering down lane?
Put a little side on it.
That's right. That or put a little boogie in it.
Little boogie.
Little boogie. Or is that's a handkerchief one. Oh, that's my first dad joke.
Dad joke. Oh.
Oh, it's my first LSR dad joke. Oh, no, I'm truly old now. I'm sorry.
I got so many of them. It's not funny. I just try to keep them in my head. So a little bit more. You can see definitely it came around the side of that one.
Yep.
Oh, look at the pin action, though.
Even though the actual motion of the ball in watching it wasn't terribly different,
No.
that one extra board of motion down lane carried out that
Just
7-pin.
change the angle of entry just enough, And that's all it has to be sometimes is just a tiny bit. Like one board, half a board.
Now, if we're going to get you to get around it, we might as well go a little deeper, right?
Oh, I'm already coming around the side of it, so I might as well.
Let's find out how versatile we can be with this ball. So we're going to move another 3 and 2 left. One of our favorite moves, 3 and 2 left.
3 and 2 left. And here we go. That one went wider.
But it shaped a lot more.
Yeah, that was a little bit nicer look.
One of the things I always say when someone buys a new ball, especially an aggressive ball like this, it's not hooking. Maybe it needs more oil.
Yeah. Well, and that's once again the common misconception and that we're dealing with. I had a bowler that's bowled many honor scores.
Yep.
Great bowler comes up to me and asks for one of my strongest balls.
Uh-huh.
And I gave him one. He came back and said, "This isn't strong. It doesn't hook." I said, "Do you throw it in oil?" He goes, "Well, no, I threw it out the outside." So
no, it hooked at your foot then.
Yeah, it rolled out. So, it's just...
Look at that. You just shaped it a little bit more.
Bang.
Boom.
Yeah.
And that's all it is.
Yeah. And that's the whole thing is we keep trying to preach to you guys and we try to preach to the youngs all this stuff, front to back. If you think more front to back with the technology and the grits and everything that's changing, that's damn lefties.
Damn lefties. That looked really good, though.
Yeah.
Preaching to the Utes.
Yeah. And that's, once you start doing that, one of my best seasons, that's all I had in my head was front to back. And
Yep. Here you are with the benchmark ball. Between second and third, not a lot of motion, very smooth.
Yeah.
That is something I spend a lot of time with my players as a national coach. We actually have done classes on thinking about distance.
Yeah.
So you can see your feet are about 5 board difference. I'd call that about a 5 to 7 board total difference.
Yeah. And it was nice because they were matched down at the end. You could definitely see the difference.
Yep. Here I am. As I was saying, it's something I am working with my national players. Our lane is only 40 inches wide.
Mm-hmm.
So many people focus on those 40 inches instead of the 720 inches that's the length of the lane.
Yeah. Those 3 phases are very important when you start focusing on where they're changing into those phases. You can pinpoint and make your adjustments quicker and easier, I think.
Yep.
It's just...
So you see on my first shot there, it was same as Nick's first shot, very, very smooth.
Yeah.
I kept it as tight in the oil with forward roll as I could. It got there. It's still shaped for me. I have no idea why I just hit reset here. I was just getting ready to strike.
You're throwing another strike, so it's quicker this way, right?
Oh, look at that. Okay, I want you to watch that 2-pin. That 2-pin that moved over.
Yeah.
I'm just calling it right now. Bet you I leave a 7-pin.
You think?
I'll bet you. You see that 2-pin?
Yeah, there it is.
Completely missed the 4-pin?
Yeah.
Always watch your pins.
Yeah.
I was not watching my rack there.
Yeah.
That 2-pin, no matter how good I threw that shot, that 2-pin cost me a strike.
Yeah. I was going to say, I almost left a 7-10. So.
Yeah. So I made a huge move left because I could see how smooth it was in the oil, and after watching you guys, I know that it's a hook monster. So I just went 10 left.
Yeah.
Might have been too deep. Not sure. That one was pretty decent, you know?
Yeah.
But I moved a couple back. Having not thought about that 2-pin, I moved 2 back to try to get the ball to shape a little bit better.
There you go. Didn't quite get out as far. And...
Look at it. Oh, my God.
Yeah. But that's what I mean. You didn't quite get it out as far.
Yep.
You made that adjustment. And it just took out the 5-pin, right?
Amazing to think. I made a bad adjustment off not seeing that 2-pin.
Yeah.
Almost 8-10.
Yeah.
In something that should have been a strike.
Exactly, yeah.
Watch your pins, kids. Watch your deflection.
Yeah.
Watch your distance. 2 most important things I can teach you on this video.
On this video, yeah. It's all here.
That's right. And this is something I work with my national players. For those of you who don't know, I am a national coach for Team Canada.
Yeah.
So I'm working with the ladies getting ready for Colombia for the Pan Am Games. And we talk about these things. We talk about where the friction is. We talk about how the ball, adjusts differently with surfaces, how it sees the pattern differently, how we can get the ball to see the pattern differently.
Yeah, and the big... Ooh, there you go. And a big thing you got to think, too, you can't control where the friction is on the house, wherever you go. It's going to be there. It's whatever it is. You can't control how the pins are setting up.
Nope.
So that's things you got to pay attention to and just key off of right away.
That's right. Because you cannot bend the will. You cannot bend the lane to your will.
Yeah.
Can't do it. All you can do is look at the best way to get to the pocket, the best way to create the widest pocket you can for the best carry.
Yeah. Most room for error.
That's right.
Because none of us are really throwbots.
Speak for yourself. I'm really good at throwing it badly. I can throw it badly every shot.
Practice, practice, practice.
That's
Just don't practice bad. Wow, that one went.
Yeah, you can see I got on top of that one.
Yeah.
And all of this moving back off of that one bad ball.
Yeah.
This is a master class in what not to do. But when we talk about this ball, I love this ball.
Yeah, it's got good roll, good recovery.
I've already shot a couple of 700s with it since we've got it. I've only thrown it a couple of times, so I like how smooth it is. I liked how, especially with you guys, maybe not with what I was doing here, how you could move around and you could play really, really using your hand manipulation.
Yeah. See, I didn't realize it was that low. I mean, it would be interesting too to like take one and bring the surface up a little bit and see what it does, and bring it down a little bit and see what it does, and just kind of have fun with it. And
now, see, that was at 35. That was that first. That was that 10 board move.
Yeah, back to where you were. Yeah.
Yep. If I had been smart and saw that 2-pin.
Yeah.
Amazing how just missing that changed everything.
And be able to get that deep while you're playing with other people.
Yep.
Means that they have to move into your track. You don't have to move into theirs.
That's right.
And it's a bonus anytime you can play on either side of where most people have to play a shot. So.
Well, speaking of bonus, after Lefty Rob here, here's our benchmark ball, the bonus from Radical. And you can see I'm playing this one just inside of 10, around 12. Yeah. Not a lot of motion. This is my controllable, easy throw ball.
Yeah.
Now let's put it up against my new obsession.
It's a little different, I bet, here.
Just a little. I'm going to say 5, 10, 15 board difference.
I'd say 15.
Okay.
But I love that it's at the same point at the break point.
Me too. And just to show the versatility.
Nice.
So cool. Definitely my new obsession. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss a show. So until next time, guys, we'll see you laneside.